A very good morning to all the students. Before I begin with today's session, I'll be just revising what we have discussed in the previous session. So in the previous session, we have discussed about the definition of a cutting tool, means in what way the cutting tool is having significance in industries for carrying out the machining action, and what are the different types of cutting tools, the different types of cutting tools which are based on the number of cutting edges. In case of a single point cutting tool, it is having a single cutting edge, and in case of a multi-point cutting tool, the multiple cutting edges will be formed on the surface of hard material which can be used for the purpose of machining. The examples also we have discussed in the previous session. And apart from that, we have discussed in detail about whenever we are going to use a single point cutting tool, what are the different elements used, like shank, face, flank, and different types of angles which are being cut on a single point cutting tool surface, which can be used for the purpose of machining, and whatever the range of angles, what is the impact of these cutting angles in the machining operation, also we have discussed in the previous session. So in the today's session, we are going to discuss one important aspect here. So whenever the cutting tool is being used for the purpose of machining operation, then it is having the varying rate, it is having the cutting capacity, and at what condition it is used. So considering all this, we are going to discuss in the today's session, like machinability of a metal cutting tool. The first point we are going to discuss here today is machinability of the metal cutting tool and machinability index, variables affecting machinability, cutting tool materials, characteristics of cutting tool materials, and lastly, how best we are going to select the different types of cutting tool materials based on the application, based on the type of material being cut, etc. So now in the today's session, we shall have a discussion, as you are going to see on the screen. Machinability, as it is defined, it is ease. Ease means what? How easily we can machine the given material by using a certain type of cutting tool. So that is why we are going to define now. Machinability is the ease with which a metal can be cut or machined, permitting the removal of the material with a satisfactory finish at a low cost. See, there are few important conditions. Whenever I am going to use a certain type of cutting tool, I have to decide its composition, what type of cutting tool material we are going to use, and how best we are going to provide the required surface finish at the minimum cost. So this can be possible if we are going to define the ability of any cutting tool, how best it is going to machine. So that is why we are going to define machinability in this way. The materials with good machinability, means free machining materials, require little power to cut. It is a very simple thing. As I have told, if a cutting tool is having a very good capacity of cutting the materials at ease very easily, then definitely it is going to require a very little power. Means what? The power consumption during the machining action is also less, can be cut quickly, even the material can be cut very fast, easily obtain a good finish. Definitely it is also going to give a very good surface finish, and do not wear the tooling much, the wearing rate, because whenever the cutting action is done, it is always done with the help of the cutting edges provided on the surface of a cutting tool. So this cutting edge should not wear out very quickly when the machining of different jobs are being carried out in industries. The factors that typically improve a material's performance. The factors that typically improve a material's performance often degrade its machinability. Okay, therefore, to manufacture components economically, engineers are challenged to find the ways to improve machinability without harming performance. See, it is the utmost skill of a metallurgical engineer or a mechanical engineer who is responsible for selecting a perfect and a correct type of a cutting tool material for machining the correct type of workpiece material, because here the selection of the cutting tool and the selection of the workpiece, both are going to play a very important role if at all we want to carry out the machining operation very smoothly. Now let us have a brief idea about what is going to affect the machinability. Just we know one important point here. Machinability is nothing but what? It is the ability of a cutting tool machine very easily, in simple words. So then whenever any cutting tool is going to machine or is going to be used for the machining operation to cut the workpiece or the material, then on what factors it is going to depend so that it can carry out the cutting action very easily. The first one is called as what? Chemical composition of the work material. So when we are going to discuss about the chemical composition, you need to understand here the chemical composition is nothing but the what type of structure it is having, okay, and what type of chemical formula it is having as such, okay. So that also is going to play a very important role in industries. Microstructure is the second one. Microstructure means what? Whenever it is necessary to study the structure of a workpiece material, then we require to use a microscope, as you know very well, which you have studied in your schools. The main purpose of this microstructure study, which is basically done by the metallurgical engineers. So what they are going to do, the various crystal structure, means atomic arrangement, is being studied in detail and how they behave in different conditions, because in a machining action, every material or a metal or an alloy is going to exhibit different types of properties when it is subjected for the machining operation, because of high friction generated, because of the temperature. So all these points have to be considered while using the particular type of cutting tool, so that the machinability of the cutting tool can be very easily understood. So the third one that is coming up is mechanical properties. So this mechanical properties is connected to both here. Means it is connected to the mechanical properties of the cutting tool also. It is also connected to the mechanical properties of the work material which is being cut. So when we are going to discuss about the mechanical properties, which I already learned in the first semester itself in workshop technology, you know very well. So there are various mechanical properties being defined, like ductility, strength, hardness, malleability, all that. Okay, so creep, fatigue, toughness, all these are the different properties, because each material is going to exhibit different properties in connection with these aspects. So that have to be studied in detail correctly, so that the selection of the cutting tool material as well as the machining action can be done very easily. Physical properties. So physical properties are the properties which are connected to your melting point, your boiling point of the metal, all that, okay, and how it is, its odor, how it is smell, how it behaves, all that, okay. That is called as the aesthetic aspect, means in outside how it is looking, or what is the shape, everything is coming as a physical property. Even that has to be considered, because what type of shape is the object shape is there, so that it can be machined, and based on that it is necessary to use a particular type of cutting tool for the machining operation. Even the physical properties have also to be taken into consideration if at all I want to see that the machinability can be improved in case of a machining operation. Cutting conditions, this is also very, very important. Cutting conditions means the conditions at which the materials are being cut with the help of a cutting tool, like whether the cutting fluid is used or not, in what environment we are going to cut the material. So all these are very, very important, which is going to the machinability of the metal is going to depend on these factors. So now the most important type is, we know that the machinability, definitely these are the factors which is going to affect the ability of any cutting tool so as to carry out the machining process, that we know. But what is the basic criteria? What is the basic criteria so that we are going to evaluate? Evaluate means what? Say yes, we can say that yes, this particular cutting tool is having a very good machinability. Means what are the aspects so that it is possible to evaluate, it is possible to give somewhat significance for the machinability. As you are going to see on the screen, the first point is long tool life at a given cutting speed. If at all any cutting tool is having a long tool life, so tool life, try to understand tool life means what? We are going to purchase one tool and we are going to throw out. Not like that. Each and every cutting tool is to be resharpened. Resharpened in grinding machines means resharpening is done for the cutting edges and it can be reused. So whenever any cutting tool is selected and used for the machining, it is having certain minutes or certain hours of machining. So again it has to be taken out, resharpen and use it. So that is called as what? If at all that time is more, then we can definitely say that the machinability of that cutting tool is very good. Lower power consumption per unit volume of metal removed. Per unit volume means it may be 1 meter cube. Means we know one important thing here. Whenever we speak about the cutting action, all the materials or the metals are being cut in the form of chips, which we already discussed in the previous session. Whenever any material is being cut, it is going to give out different types of chips, like continuous chips or discontinuous chips, depending upon the type of material being cut. So during that condition also, the power consumption means the amount of power required for the machining should be low. So it shows that the cutting ability of the cutting tool is very good. Maximum metal removal per tool resharpening. Just I have told, tool resharpening means what? How many times the cutting edge of the cutting tool is taken to the grinding wheel, resharpened and brought back. If the number of resharpening is less, then we can say the it is having a capacity of removing more amount of metal from the workpiece. High quality of surface finish. This is one of the most important required criteria as far as the machining is concerned. So if at all the high surface finish is required, then what happens? The cutting edge should be very perfect. The cutting tool should have a perfect property of the same. Good and uniform dimensional accuracy of successive parts. So whatever, even along with the surface finish, we require to maintain a perfect dimension as specified in the drawing. If that is maintained, then we can say the machinability is really good. Easily disposable chips. If at all the chips being produced during the machining, if they are disposed, means if they are taken out from the area of the zone of cutting very easily, then we can say that it is having a very good machinability. A temperature of the cutting. Even the temperature of the cutting is also going to decide what the machinability of a cutting tool. Value of cutting forces. At what value of the cutting forces are being taken into consideration so that the machining operation is done very, very easily. And rate of cutting under standard force. Because the standard force is nothing but the force which depends upon your cutting conditions. What is the speed of the workpiece? What is the cutting tool? What is the feed rate? What is the depth of cut? So on all these factors, the rate of the cutting under standard force is taken into consideration so that the machinability can be evaluated very correctly. So now the most important part is called as a machinability index. So this is very, very important. So what we do here is we just take the ratio of the cutting speed of the material for a certain time of tool life, and we are going to take that value with respect to the cutting speed of a free cutting steel for a certain period of tool life. So because of the complex nature of cutting operations, because all the type of operations are not same, okay, all the types of machining operations are going to differ from one to another. It is difficult to establish relationship that quantitatively define the machinability of a particular material. The machinability of that and the conditions cannot be defined because each and every operations may require different type of conditions it has to work out. So the machinability rating of a material attempts to quantify the machinability of various materials. Now what is happening here is the machinability rating is also called as a machinability index. Okay, So that is defined as you are going to see on the screen, V60 upon V60R. What is this? V means cutting speed and 60 means 60 minutes in 1 hour. In some of the books it has been given as 20 minutes also. You can consider anything there. And Km represents the machinability index. This capital Km, this represents the machinability index. This represents the cutting speed of the material, and this represents the cutting speed of the material of a standard one. So that is what is the machinability index. So how we are going to define it? Is defined as the ratio of the cutting speed for the target material that ensures tool life of 60 minutes. V60 indicates, 60 indicates means what? For 60 minutes we are going to use the cutting tool for the machining operation. We take, that means we are going to use a particular type of cutting tool for a particular type of machining operation for a period of 60 minutes continuously. Meaning of that. Okay, and that ratio is taken with respect to the reference material. Generally it is called as a free cutting steel, because what material we are going to cut is a different one. So we require to consider the same with some standard material called as a free cutting steel or a reference material. Reference materials, how they are selected for each group of work materials for ferrous and non-ferrous amongst the most popularly and widely used brands. Okay, and if Km means what? The machinability index is greater than 1. Very simple thing is there. If at all I take the ratio of V60 upon V60R, okay, if that ratio is more than 1, the machinability of the target material is better than this of the reference material, and vice versa. Definitely if it is more than 1, what is going to happen? It's having a better conditions. Note that if it is below, then it is not performing well. Meaning of that. Note that this system can be misleading because the index is different for different machining process. This is very, very important. This machinability index is also going to change for different machining processes, just as a standard understanding how a machinability can be considered, means the cutting ability. On that basis it has been defined. Okay, so the next concept coming up is variables affecting machinability. This is also a very important concept because there are tool variables and machine variables. Tool variables means what? The variables in connection with the tool and the variables in connection with the machineries. What type of machinery is there? That is also going to affect the machinability, and what type of tool is there, that is also going to affect the machinability. So forces and power absorbed. Okay, so what are the factors? Means on what factors the machinability is going to depend. So forces and power absorbed. How much force is required? So this force is definitely a cutting force only, and the power absorbed, because that is going to affect the machinability. Tool wear and tool life means what? Tool wear means what? Whenever any type of cutting tool is used for a longer period of time than the specified standard time, because what happens? The manufacturers will give an indication. They are going to give a chart that this particular cutting tool has to be used continuously for so many minutes. So after that it has to be taken out and it has to be resharpened and reused, like that. So now the most important part is that is called as a tool wear. If at all its continued operation is there, then what happens? The cutting edge of the tool will getting wear out, then it is going to lose its capacity of cutting, and thereby it is going to provide a very rough surface finish on the material. So that is why tool wear and tool life is another variable, okay, which is going to affect the machinability. Surface finish is also going to affect the machinability. Okay, surface finish is responsible. And dimensional accuracy, if it is not accurate, it is affected the machinability. Machining cost means, just I have told, if at all the number of resharpenings, the number of before we use any type of cutting tool continuously, it has to be resharpened. If the number of resharpenings means taking out the cutting tool and use it again, if the number of frequencies increased, it shows it is having a definitely the machining cost is more in that, because so much time you may require to keep the machine idle. We don't know about that. Okay, but anyway, that has to be considered. Tool geometry, even the tool geometry is going to affect the machinability. Just I have told, in case of while studying the single point cutting tool, each and every angle which are provided on a single point cutting tool is responsible for what? Providing a correct machining operation. So even those angles, those ranges are also going to affect the machinability selection. Properties of work materials, definitely the properties of work materials play a very important role, which is be considered for consideration of the machinability factors. The next one is machine tool rigidity. Machine tool rigidity means what? Whether the machine tool is having least vibrations when the machining is being done. If it is having more vibration, what happens? The cutting tool is not having the ability to machine properly. Machine tool accuracy. So this is all connected to the machine tools. Means how best the machine tool is being maintained in industries. That also is going to decide the machinability. Okay, ability of the cutting tool to cut the material very smoothly. And the last one is machine tool repeatability. Machine tool repeatability means what? Whether the machine tool is used for some specific what we can say specific holding of workpiece materials continuously, repeatedly we are going to use the same type of machine. Okay, that also is taken into consideration. So nearly there are 11 factors, and these are called as what? The tool variables and machine variables affecting the machinability. Means the ability of any machine cutting tool depends on these things. Because, or we can say this is going to decide the machinability of the cutting tool. So now I'm going to end today's session. Of course, it's a very small one, I have understood. And along with this, also I am going to combine some of 1 or 2 videos. You can just go through that for better understanding of the today's concept. And also once again, I will tell you, always whenever you want to go outside, always wear mask, keep social distance, and always sanitize your hands. Okay, and also every student has to write whatever I have explained here. You require to write in a separate notebook, because there will be no repetition of the syllabus, which we are going to finish off whatever the portion is there in this entire month. Okay, with this I conclude. And one more is there, that is called as the last concept which I have forgotten, that is called as a cutting tool materials. Yes, very important it is. So in the we have discussed about the cutting tool materials. So in the cutting tool materials, what happens? There is no material that shows. See, one important thing is there in the selection of the cutting tool materials. We require to understand that whatever the type of cutting tool that is used in industries for different applications can be considered like this. Okay, the first one called as a carbon steels. So they lose their hardness at 200 degrees centigrade. What is the meaning of that? The carbon steels means what? It is a combination of what we can say low, medium and high carbon. Basically for the cutting tool materials, always we go for the high carbon steel only. We are not preferring a mild steel, low carbon and medium carbon. Always we go for the high carbon steel, along with the combination of your nickel, chromium and all those things, tungsten, like that. Okay, and they are also called as a alloy steels, what you already studied. But these carbon steels are going to lose their hardness, means ability to cut the material. They are going to be lost if at all the machining temperature is going to exceed 200 degrees centigrade at the cutting zone. Okay, high speed steels, they lose their hardness at 600 degrees centigrade. See, HSS, what we are going to call, and are widely used in machining. The most widest applications is HSS, short form is HSS, that is high speed steel. Due to their ability to retain hardness at high temperature, higher cutting speeds are possible, because HSS is going to lose its temperature at 600 degrees centigrade. Just imagine. So till that it can maintain its strength, ability to cut the material very smoothly. And that is why it is having wider application industries for the as a cutting tool material. The next one is called as a cemented carbide, harder than tool steels. Definitely it is more harder, but less tough, can be used up to 900 degree centigrade. And there are many sort of cemented carbides, like ones made of tungsten carbide and cobalt. So these are the tungsten carbide is the most common type of cemented carbide cutting tool material. If at all so all these are selected based on the again the composition of the workpiece material. That is very, very important. Cutting ceramic, they are even harder than cemented carbides. So that is why, as you are going to see on the screen, so the capacity of each cutting tool material is increasing step by step. Okay, so in cuttings they are even harder than cemented carbides but have lower toughness. Aluminium and silicon carbide are used. Okay, and the last one, silicon carbide, is having higher toughness, okay, but can't be used for machining steel due to very high wear. So the wearing rate is high, it cannot be used for steels, but for other materials it can be used. They are also called as super hard materials. Means what are the super hard materials? It is nearly as hard as diamond, as you are going to see cubic boron nitride, and the second one is a diamond. So these are the very hardest materials which can be used for cutting any type of workpiece material. This is very, very important. So you require to understand the most commonly used type of, just I am revising, the most commonly used type of cutting tool materials can be carbon steels, medium high carbon steels, medium alloy steels, high speed steels, stellites can also be used, cemented carbides can be used, even you can go for the ceramics, then you can go for the diamonds, and you can go for the abrasives. So all these are different cutting tool materials selected based on the type of workpiece material to be machined. This is very, very important. So now the last concept of the today's is what are the characteristics. Means what are the characteristics means what we expect, because what an industry expects from these types of cutting tool materials. Okay, the first one coming is called as a hot hardness. Just I have told, hardness means what? How hard it is, so much easily we can cut the material. So this hardness has to be maintained for a longer temperature. So that is why tool must be harder than the workpiece material. The first important property that we expect from the cutting tool material is the hardness of the cutting tool should be always higher than. Hardness means what? It can be an RHN and BHN, Brinell hardness number, what you have already going to do in your labs. So that hardness should be more than what? The workpiece material. Then only it can cut the workpiece. They should maintain its hardness and strength even at high operating temperature. This just I have told, whatever the strength, whatever the hardness is there, these cutting tool materials, they have to maintain even at a very high temperature. Especially what is this? Tool work interaction causes high temperature field at cutting zone, otherwise the tool will break during the cutting process. It is a very simple thing. Whenever the material is being cut, the cutting edge of the cutting tool will be in contact with the workpiece. There will be a very high friction, high heat generated. So that is why always, if you are going to observe the machining operation, there will be a continuous flow of cutting fluid, okay, which is going to lower the temperature of the cutting zone. So that again we are discussing in detail in the subsequent sessions in connection with the types of cutting fluids used and what are its functions. High yield strength at operating temperature. You know what is the yield strength? Yield strength is what? It is the stress upon strain, like that. Whatever the amount of yield force is there, no, divided by the area, that is called as the yield strength. It should have a very high yield strength. If you have taken into consideration whenever you are going to draw the force versus deformation in case of your compression testing, in case of your tensile testing, etc. So you are going to understand about the high yield strength at operating temperature. It should have a very high yield strength, high toughness and bending strength. It should be very tough enough. That means it should have what is the meaning of a toughness? Toughness is nothing but what? It should have a ability to withstand shocks and vibrations, because these are the because the shock and vibration will be coming directly to the cutting tool itself when the machining operation is done. So this is going to what? Prevent the breakage of the cutting tool. That is why it should have a very high toughness. Next one is what? It should have excellent conductivity, low thermal expansion for good dimensional. You should have excellent conductivity means what? Even the tool material should have an ability to conduct the temperature very easily within its surface, so that what happens? It can maintain its strength and ability for a longer period. Next one is high thermal shock and resistant and fatigue resistant. They must withstand rapidly alternating temperature cycle during the cutting process, because what happens whenever we are going to carry out the machining operation, each operation requires different depth, different feed rates. So at all these, and different cutting force. So in order to satisfy all these things, it should have what? High thermal shock resistance, temperature as well as fatigue. Excellent wear resistant, required an acceptable tool life before it is replaced. Just we have discussed about this. The wear resistance means what? The cutting edge of the cutting tool should not wear out faster, means should not lose its cutting ability faster. Okay, it should have a very good tool life. Chemically stable and inert, definitely this is very, very important. Chemically stable and inert means what? It should not react with the workpiece material. Very, very important. Less soluble in workspace material and cutting fluid. Corrosion resistant, should be corrosion resistant, oxidation resistant, minimum adhesion and tool chip diffusion. Minimum adhesion means what? Whenever the cutting tool is used for the purpose of machining operation, it should not directly stick to the workpiece material. This is very, very important. So that property should be available for the cutting tool material. High impact strength. It should have a high impact strength. You know about the impact strength, means sudden load that is going to come on a cutting edge. It has to have a impact force due to vibrations or any other interrupted cutting. Interrupted means what? The cuttings where the different depth of cut, different feed rate and different cutting forces are given. Okay, so in all these conditions it has to satisfy, so that the machining operation is going to be carried out very easily and correctly, so as to provide the perfect surface finish. So in the today's discussion, now we are coming to the end of the today's session. Along with this, I am also going to attach the videos. Please look into that so that you can understand better. So now in order to conclude the today's session, we have discussed about the machinability of the cutting tool, factors affecting machinability, then basically the cutting tool materials and what types of cutting tool materials are being used, and also the properties of the cutting tool materials. Okay, with this I conclude. Thank you.
Student, today we are going to learn an important topics, machinability of materials. That means machinability of workpiece material. First, what is machinability? What is machinability? Machinability is the property of the material, that means workpiece material, by which it can be machined easily and quickly. It can be machined. Machine means machining. Machining is the process of cutting a workpiece of metal into a desired shape by turning, milling, drilling, grinding, thread cutting, etc. There is no clear meaning of machinability, or there is no unique definition of machinability. Machinability is the ability of a material to be machined. Machinability is how easily and quickly a material can be machined. Okay. In general, good machinability means the removal of material with moderate forces, minimum tool abrasion, and good surface finish. Okay. A material with high hardness gives poor machinability. Okay. Now, machinability depends upon the following factors. Number one, microstructure of workpiece material, that means grain size. Number two, chemical composition of work material, that means adding alloying elements. Number three, mechanical properties such as tensile strength, ductility, hardness of workpiece material. Number four, rigidity of tool and work holding device. Rigidity of tools means it is the property of a solid to resist deformation. Okay. Number five, cutting condition. Cutting conditions such as cutting speed, feet, depth of cut, etc. Okay. Now, how machinability can be evaluated as follows. Evaluation of machinability. Number one, tool life. Longer tool life indicates higher machinability of job. Okay. The material which gives more life to the cutting tool is said to have higher machinability as compared to material which gives less tool life. Okay. Number two, power consumption. If there is low power consumption, it is said to have high machinability. Okay. Number three, quality of surface finish. The better surface finish the higher is the machinability. Okay. Number 4, rate of material remove. That means higher metal remove indicates higher machinability. Okay. Number 5, magnitude of cutting force. The lower cutting force needed during the machining of a material, the higher is its machinability. Okay. Number 6, heat generation during machining, heat generation during cutting or machining. If the heat generated during machining of a material is less, it is said to possess more machinability. Okay. Now, what is machinability index? Okay. Machinability index of a material is a relative quantity. That means compare with a standard material. Okay. The machinability index is used to compare the machinability of different metals. Okay. Machinability index is a ratio. Machinability index in percentage equal to cutting speed of material or metal investigated for 20 minutes to life by cutting speed of standard steel for 20 minutes to life into 100. Investigated which material, we find out machinability index. Here standard steel means standard material we consider
डिस्कस करेंगे कटिंग टूल मटेरियल, यानी ऐसे मटेरियल्स जो कि कटिंग टूल बनाने के लिए यूज किए जाते हैं। इस वीडियो में हम देखेंगे कटिंग टूल मटेरियल क्या होता है, कटिंग टूल मटेरियल्स की क्या प्रॉपर्टीज हैं और कटिंग टूल मटेरियल्स कितने टाइप्स के होते हैं। सबसे पहले हम देखेंगे कटिंग टूल मटेरियल क्या होता है। कटिंग टूल मटेरियल्स आर मटेरियल दैट आर यूज्ड टू मेक कटिंग टूल्स विच आर यूज्ड इन मशीनिंग बट नॉट अदर कटिंग टूल्स लाइक नाइफ्स आर पंचेस। यानी कटिंग टूल मटेरियल्स ऐसे मटेरियल्स हैं जिनका यूज हम मशीनिंग में यूज होने वाले कटिंग टूल्स को बनाने के लिए करते हैं। कटिंग टूल मटेरियल्स मस्ट बी हार्डर देन द मटेरियल ऑफ द वर्कपीस इवन एट हाई टेम्परेचर ड्यूरिंग द प्रोसेस। यानी जो हमारा कटिंग टूल का मटेरियल है हमारे वर्कपीस के मटेरियल से हार्ड होना चाहिए। अब हम बात करेंगे इसके प्रॉपर्टीज के बारे में। तो इसकी सबसे पहली प्रॉपर्टी है हार्डर देन वर्कपीस, यानी हमारे कटिंग टूल का जो मटेरियल है वह वर्कपीस के मटेरियल से हार्ड होना चाहिए। हाई टफनेस, यानी कटिंग टूल मटेरियल कठोर होना चाहिए। हाई थर्मल कंडक्टिविटी, इसकी यानी कि ये मैक्सिमम हीट को रेजिस्ट कर सके, थर्मल कंडक्टिविटी हाई होनी चाहिए। इजिली अवेलेबिलिटी एंड लो कॉस्ट, जो हमारा कटिंग टूल मटेरियल है इजिली अवेलेबल होना चाहिए और सस्ता होना चाहिए। वियर रेजिस्टेंस, रेजिस्टेंस को वियर कर सके लो कोफिशिएंट्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन, यानी घर्षण का जो कोफिशिएंट्स है वो लो होना चाहिए। इजी टू फैब्रिकेट, वेल्ड एंड ग्राइंड। देयर इज नो मटेरियल दैट शो ऑल ऑफ दीज प्रॉपर्टीज एट द सेम टाइम, यानी कोई ऐसा मटेरियल नहीं है जो इन सभी प्रॉपर्टीज को एक साथ शो कर सके। वेरी हार्ड मटेरियल्स हैव लोअर टफनेस एंड ब्रेक मोर इजली, यानी जो हमारे हार्ड मटेरियल्स होते हैं वो बहुत ही कम कठोर होते हैं और इजीली ब्रेक हो जाते हैं। यानी कुछ मटेरियल्स ऐसे होते हैं जिनमें हम किसी दूसरे मटेरियल्स को मिला दें तो उनकी जो प्रॉपर्टीज हो इंक्रीज हो जाती है। अब हम बात करेंगे टाइप्स ऑफ कटिंग टूल मटेरियल्स। तो इनमें सबसे पहला है हाई कार्बन स्टील, जिसको हम शॉर्ट फॉर्म में HCS भी बोलते हैं। सेकेंड है हाई स्पीड स्टील, जिसको हम शॉर्ट फॉर्म में HSS भी बोलते हैं। तीसरा है सीमेंटेड कार्बाइड्स। चौथा है स्टेलाइट्स। पांचवा सीमेंटेड ऑक्साइड और सिरेमिक, यानी सीमेंटेड ऑक्साइड को हम सिरेमिक भी बोलते हैं। नेक्स्ट है डायमंड, और हमारा आखिरी है क्यूबिक बोरोन नाइट्राइड, यानी जिसको हम CBN भी बोलते हैं। अब सबसे पहले हम देखेंगे हाई कार्बन स्टील यानी HCS क्या होता है। प्लेन कार्बन स्टील हैविंग ए कार्बन परसेंटेज अप टू 1.5%, यानी जो हमारा प्लेन कार्बन स्टील होता है उसमें जो कार्बन परसेंटेज होता है वह 1.5% तक होता है, यानी 1.5%। बट दे आर नॉट सुटेबल फॉर प्रोडक्शन वर्क, लेकिन ये प्रोडक्शन वर्क के लिए सुटेबल नहीं है। दे आर लेस कॉस्टली, इजिली अवेलेबल एंड इजी टू हीट ट्रीट, यानी जो हमारा हाई कार्बन स्टील है वह बहुत ही सस्ता होता है, इजिली अवेलेबल भी हो जाता है और हीट ट्रीट में आसानी होती है। दे लॉस हार्डनेस एट 300 डिग्री सेल्सियस एंड दे आर नॉट सुटेबल फॉर हाई स्पीड कटिंग एंड हैवी ड्यूटी वर्क, यानी जो हमारा हाई कार्बन स्टील है वो 300 डिग्री सेल्सियस यानी 300 डिग्री सेल्सियस पर जो हार्डनेस है वो उसकी कम होने लगती है, यानी मैक्सिमम हार्डनेस उसकी 300 डिग्री सेल्सियस तक रहती है और ये हाई स्पीड कटिंग के लिए सुटेबल नहीं है। नेक्स्ट है इट्स यूज इज लिमिटेड टू कटिंग ऑफ वुड एंड सम सॉफ्ट मटेरियल, यानी हाई कार्बन स्टील का जो यूज है वो लिमिटेड है, जैसे कि लकड़ी काटने के लिए या कोई सॉफ्ट मटेरियल है उसके लिए हम यूज करते हैं जो कि हाई कार्बन स्टील से जो टूल बनते हैं। नेक्स्ट है हाई स्पीड स्टील, यानी जिसको हम HSS भी बोलते हैं। इट इज स्पेशली अलॉय स्टील विच इंक्रीज इन स्ट्रेंथ, टफनेस, वियर रेजिस्टेंस, कटिंग एबिलिटी एक्सेट्रा, यानी जो हमारा हाई स्पीड स्टील है ये एक स्पेशल अलॉय स्टील है जो कि स्ट्रेंथ, टफनेस, वियर रेजिस्टेंस, कटिंग एबिलिटी जिसकी हाई होती है। इन दिस हाई स्पीड स्टील मटेरियल्स लाइक टंगस्टन, क्रोमियम, वेनेडियम, कोबाल्ट, मॉलिब्डेनम एक्सेट्रा अप टू 25% आर यूज, यानी हाई स्पीड स्टील में जो टंगस्टन है, क्रोमियम, वेनेडियम, कोबाल्ट, मॉलिब्डेनम ये सब मिक्स होता है और ये 25% तक यूज होते हैं। हाई स्पीड स्टील्स टूल कैन ऑपरेट एट 2 to 3 times हायर देन हाई कार्बन स्टील टूल्स, यानी जो हमारा हाई स्पीड स्टील से जो हमारा टूल बनता है वो हाई कार्बन स्टील से बने टूल के मुकाबले 2 से 3 गुना ज्यादा स्पीड में वर्क करता है। These tools retain cutting ability at operating temperature to 567 डिग्री सेल्सियस, यानी हाई स्पीड स्टील से जो हमारा टूल बनता है उसकी मैक्सिमम हार्डनेस 567 डिग्री सेल्सियस तक होती है। हाई स्पीड स्टील is used to manufacture complex shaped tools such as reamers, drills, taps, यानी हाई स्पीड स्टील से हम रीमर्स, ड्रिल्स, टैप्स ये सब चीजें हम बनाते हैं। नेक्स्ट है सीमेंटेड कार्बाइड्स। सीमेंटेड कार्बाइड्स टूल आर यूज्ड फॉर मास प्रोडक्शन, यानी सीमेंटेड कार्बाइड से जो हमारा टूल बनता है वो मास प्रोडक्शन के लिए यूज होता है। These tools are formed by tungsten titanium with carbon and the compound is combined with cobalt and sintered in furnace at 1400 डिग्री सेल्सियस। यानी सीमेंटेड कार्बाइड जो है हमारा वो टंगस्टन, टाइटेनियम, कार्बन और कोबाल्ट के साथ उसको फर्नेस में 1400 डिग्री सेल्सियस तक गर्म करके बनाया जाता है। सीमेंटेड कार्बाइड्स टूल्स पोजेस वेरी हाई डिग्री ऑफ हार्डनेस एंड वियर रेजिस्टेंस। यानी जो सीमेंटेड कार्बाइड से जो हमारा टूल बनता है उसकी जो हार्डनेस होती है बहुत ही हाई डिग्री होती है, बहुत ही हाई टेम्परेचर वो रेजिस्ट कर सकता है और उसकी रेजिस्टेंस अच्छी होती है। सीमेंटेड कार्बाइड्स कैन ऑपरेट एट स्पीड ऑफ 5 to 6 times हायर देन हाई स्पीड स्टील। यानी सीमेंटेड कार्बाइड से जो हमारा टूल बनता है उसे हम हाई स्पीड स्टील के मुकाबले 5 से 6 गुना ज़्यादा स्पीड में वो वर्क करता है, उसकी एबिलिटी भी अच्छी होती है। सीमेंटेड कार्बाइड्स आर एक्सपेंसिव। हमारा जो सीमेंटेड कार्बाइड है ये थोड़ा महंगा पड़ता है औरों के मुकाबले। नेक्स्ट है स्टेलाइट। इट इज अ नॉन फेरस एलॉय कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ कोबाल्ट, टंगस्टन एंड क्रोमियम। जो हमारा स्टेलाइट है एक नॉन फेरस एलॉय है जिसमें कि कोबाल्ट, टंगस्टन और क्रोमियम मिक्स होते हैं। टूल्स मेड बाय स्टेलाइट कैन ऑपरेट at 2 times faster than the high speed स्टील टूल्स। यानी हाई स्पीड स्टील से हमारा जो टूल बनता है उसके मुकाबले स्टेलाइट से बने हुए टूल 2 गुना ज्यादा तेजी से वर्क करते हैं। दे रिटेन दियर हार्डनेस एट हाइयर टेम्परेचर। यानी कि इनका जो हार्डनेस है वो बहुत ही हाई टेम्परेचर तक स्थिर रहता है। These materials give better tool life than high speed steel। यानी हाई स्पीड स्टील के मुकाबले जो हमारा स्टेलाइट से जो कटिंग टूल बनते हैं इनकी जो टूल लाइफ होती है वो अच्छी होती है। नेक्स्ट है सीमेंटेड ऑक्साइड्स और सिरेमिक। टूल मेड अप ऑफ सिरेमिक मटेरियल्स आर कैपेबल ऑफ विदस्टैंडिंग हाई टेम्परेचर विदाउट लॉसिंग हार्डनेस। यानी सीमेंटेड ऑक्साइड या सिरेमिक से जो हमारा टूल बनता है वह बहुत ही हाई टेम्परेचर पर बिना हार्डनेस को लॉस किए हुए स्थिर रह सकता है। दे आर मोर वियर रेजिस्टेंस देन सीमेंटेड कार्बाइड टूल्स। यानी सीमेंटेड कार्बाइड टूल्स के मुकाबले इनका जो रेजिस्टेंस होता है वो अच्छा होता है। दे आर मोर ब्रिटल एंड हैव लो बेंडिंग रेजिस्टेंस। ये ज्यादा ब्रिटल होते हैं और इनका जो बेंडिंग रेजिस्टेंस होता है बहुत ही लो होता है। वाइल मशीनिंग विथ सिरेमिक टूल्स कूलेंट इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड। यानी जब सिरेमिक टूल से बने हुए हम जो टूल्स हैं हमारे उसको जब हम उससे मशीनिंग करते हैं तो वहां पर कूलेंट की रिक्वायर्ड नहीं होती। कूलेंट यानी जो कि हीट को डिक्रीज करने के लिए यूज किया जाता है। यानी कटिंग के दौरान हमारी जो हीट प्रोड्यूस होती है उसको डिक्रीज करने के लिए कूलेंट का यूज करते हैं। दिस कैन बी यूज्ड एट वेरी हाई स्पीड एंड प्रोड्यूस गुड सरफेस फिनिश। यानी सिरेमिक से जो हमारा टूल बनता है वो बहुत ही हाई स्पीड में वर्क करता है और गुड सरफेस फिनिश प्रोड्यूस करता है। नेक्स्ट है डायमंड। इट इज द हार्डेस्ट कटिंग टूल मटेरियल। जो हमारा डायमंड है ये हार्ड कटिंग टूल मटेरियल है। It offers high wear resistance but low shock resistance due to brittleness। जो हमारे डायमंड से जो हमारे टूल बनते हैं उनका जो रेजिस्टेंस वियर रेजिस्टेंस होता है बहुत ही हाई होता है, लेकिन जो ब्रिटल होने की वजह से इनका लो शॉक रेजिस्टेंस होता है। शॉक रेजिस्टेंस बहुत ही लो होता है। नेक्स्ट है डायमंड टूल्स हैव लोवेस्ट थर्मल एक्सपांशन। यानी कि जो हमारा डायमंड टूल है उनका जो थर्मल एक्सपांशन है उनका वो बहुत लो होता है। इट इज ब्रिटल इन नेचर। इट गिव्स गुड सरफेस फिनिश ऑन नॉन फेरस मेटल्स। यानी कि ये नॉन फेरस मेटल्स पर गुड सरफेस फिनिशिंग देते हैं। हमारा लास्ट है क्यूबिक बोरोन नाइट्राइड जिसको हम CBN भी बोलते हैं। इट इज आर्टिफिशियल मटेरियल प्रोड्यूस्ड इन द लेबोरेटरी यूजिंग हाई प्रेशर एंड टेम्परेचर प्रोसेस। जो हमारा क्यूबिक बोरोन नाइट्राइड है ये जो मटेरियल एक आर्टिफिशियल मटेरियल है जो कि लेबोरेटरी में हाई प्रेशर और टेम्परेचर से बनाया जाता है। क्यूबिक बोरोन नाइट्राइड टूल कैन बी यूज्ड फॉर मशीनिंग विद हायर एक्यूरेसी एंड प्रोडक्टिविटी। यानी जो हमारा क्यूबिक बोरोन नाइट्राइड से जो हम इस मटेरियल से जो हम टूल बनाते हैं उसको मशीनिंग करने के लिए जब हम यूज करते हैं वो बहुत ही हाई एक्यूरेसी और प्रोडक्टिविटी देता है। These tools are expensive than cemented carbide tools। यानी जो हमारा सीमेंटेड कार्बाइड टूल्स है उसके मुकाबले क्यूबिक बोरोन नाइट्राइड एक्सपेंसिव होता है, महंगा होता है। तो दोस्तों इस वीडियो में हमने देखा कि कटिंग टूल मटेरियल्स क्या होते हैं, उनकी प्रॉपर्टीज क्या हैं और कितने टाइप्स के मटेरियल्स यूज होते हैं